Now, I first heard about this like a week ago now, but I took some time to try and look into it and found out what I could. But to be fair, the information is limited and likely for a good reason. Well, not a good reason for us, but a good reason for the scumbags who are doing it. This time, though, it's related to the world's greatest epidemiologist, old Bill Gates, his foundation, Johns Hopkins University, and various self-ministers taking part in a pandemic exercise.
Certainly there will be more pandemics.
We'll have to prepare for the next one. That, I'd say will get attention this time. Prepare for the next one. That, I'd say will get attention this time.
Now, some might think it's strange that Bill Gates is involved in all this, while others will think, big deal, they do multi-agency exercise all the time, which I guess is correct. But we must never forget that a few months before bat flu got announced to the world, they did an exercise called Event 201, which simulated a bat coronavirus pandemic. It was much like the one that arrived 3 months after the exercise, promoted here by the WEF of all people. Yeah, doing a coronavirus exercise in October 2019 before a pandemic arrives in 2020 is a little bit suspect, to put it lightly, but now it seems they've gone through a whole new one in recent months.
Yeah, we got a word for that kind of odd in English. It's called suspicious.
This one's called Catastrophic Contagion 2025 and simulated a much more deadly pandemic that kills young adults and children. This they did in October this year, and their simulation put to health ministers a range of challenges to see what they would do with the limited information that they had. This naturally involved lockdowns, mask wearing and medical passports to move around, and coordinated control of information online. In fact, let's see their promotional video depicting this simulated event.
Officials in 2 Latin American countries alerted the WHO of several outbreaks of a new infectious disease that's mysteriously appearing across the region. Severe Epidemic Enterovirus Respiratory Syndrome 2025. Over the past 6 weeks alone, there have been 500 confirmed or suspected cases reported. The virus could cause a severe pandemic.
Now obviously there ain't too much information on there for us to go on or take much from, but given all that's been said in recent months and now years, we can guess what might actually happen. And based on the past 2 years, I can tell you now, online censorship is going to be top of the pile. Online safety bills and all that, curtailing legal free speech are a means to do it, as many have warned. Silencing critical opinions is and will always be one of their main goals. It's total digital control that they're after, and oh boy, do they plan to get it in future.
This fascist crap makes me want to puke.
I mean, let's be real here, they've essentially said that controlling information like they did in COVID will be needed for the next one, but on a greater scale. So, as I was saying, if you thought censorship was bad the past 2 or 3 years, then you ain't seen nothing yet. People like me and many others will be gone from any mainstream platforms either before it all starts or shortly after it does. They can't have people questioning their narrative on any of the future ones, so it will likely go into overdrive.
Otherwise, dismiss anything else. We will continue to be your single source of truth.
Now, the fact tosspots like Bill Gates is involved in this, I'm sure gives you all a nice warm fuzzy feeling inside. He is, after all, the world's greatest epidemiologist trying to keep us all safe.
Oh, fuck off.
Yeah, couple that with his funding of the media, who we know are always neck deep in their schemes, and I'd actually say we should all be bloody worried. History often repeats itself, and the agenda must be pushed regardless of cost. Oh, and remember this.
We own the science.